Welcome to my office. Oh my God, I'm a stranger on the internet. This is so crazy. Wow, what do I do? Anyways, my name's Deshawn. Hi, Deshawn. And I am making this a part of a series called Holding Myself Accountable. Hopefully, I won't be a stranger to you by the next year. I feel like this person that I'm presenting to myself now will probably be a stranger a year from now. Fingers crossed, because we love growth. But I'm basically doing this to obviously hold myself accountable, but to document my journey for myself as kind of like a journal diary type thing, and also keep myself accountable for the things that I want to achieve in life and for the goals that I set for myself and for my career. So just to give a rundown, basically, I'm a singer, and oh my God, who isn't? And I've had goals this year. For example, I dropped my first song like in August. Whoa! And since then, it's been kind of hitting and dawning on me to really make a splash in the industry, so to speak. So I'm just going to, this is literally me talking to myself basically, but I'm just going to give a rundown on the things that I want to be from a year from now, and just hold myself accountable throughout the months each year. So hopefully every month I can make, maybe a 20-minute video or so about my updates and, life towards achieving my dream career goal and balancing life at the same time. But this is really just keeping me focused. So after dropping my first song in August, noticing that being a one-man band is as hard as everyone thinks it is. Having to do everything yourself, not to mention, you're juggling life because you have bills to pay. But, having to pay people for beats, having to pay people to mix and master, and then having to pay the distribution company to upload your song. And then there's a whole timeline between that, because you have to make sure you put your song on DSPs at a certain amount of time, so that way they have it ready to drop on DSPs. And then, you have to give the the masters and mixers time to mix and master the song so you can get it back. And then you have to actually go out and get cover art for your work if you want to do it. It doesn't have to be too intricate. It can be something simple, but like Fiverr, if you want someone to make a cover for you, you have to give them time too. So all of that comes into the timeline of actually releasing your song. I figured that out. Some things that I want to get consistent on: warming up my voice. As I know, I've grown up singing all the time, still do. But the warming up ratio there's such a big gap, So vocal health is super important, and a year from now, I want to be consistent with that to where it's innate, and I haven't questioned whether I've remembered to warm up my voice or not. As you can tell, I'm kind of in like a low. I like to say I have a pretty low voice. My friend says I don't, but I feel like I do, like it's a vibrational kind of thing. So I don't know if that actually contributes to, me keeping my voice in like a warmer range, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But getting like a throat steamer, warming up, I think those are some things I want to achieve within the next coming months. Another thing that I'm actually kind of proud of, everybody has like New Year's goals to do. And I think this is the first time that I've actually, it's been 3 years since I actually written down my New Year's goals. So like every year I try to write down something that should be accomplished by the end of the year. And some of them are like super serious, like drop a song. And some of them are like just fun personal goals to make it a little lighthearted, like do 2 things off my bucket list or go to a concert or something like that. So within the past 3 years, I've been pretty consistent in doing a lot of things. And one thing that has never been completed until now was dropping a song. This year was supposed to be dropping 3 songs, because when I started 3 years ago, I wanted to drop 1, didn't do that. I increased it to 2, didn't do that. And now it's 3 this year. And technically, as I wasn't super specific about the goal, because I think I said drop 3 songs and I didn't say drop 3 solo singles or solo songs. I technically did drop 2 already. I was a feature on a producer's EP. It was an interlude and then a song called I'll Still Love You Anyways by Midi, if you want to check that out. And by the way, my song is called Indecisive, if you want to check that out. So I really just have to drop 1 more before the end of this year. It is November, so it's going to be a little tricky, but I think when it counts, I'm very consistent, or I'm very, what's the word? I'm kind of like passionate, or just like I want to keep up with my promise. So I'm kind of good in that department. Another thing that I do want to work on or be better at by next year is being consistent in everything. Procrastination. I feel like I used to be a big procrastinator when I was younger, like in high school, but I think it's turned more into just, because now that I'm an adult with free will, it really just turns into just, oh, well. So I think, yeah, just really making it more standard and more of a requirement to be like, this is something you have to do, because if you want to make a career out of this, this will be a part of your routine. And now that I work from home, or I've always worked from home for like 3 years now too, that's another big change in my routine. It's kind of like altered the way I just do things now. Like I barely go out the house. I'm a homebody. I love to go out every now and again, but I'm a homebody for the most part. So being inside and working from home kind of makes it a lot worse. My sleeping schedule is always already something that's a little off too. So hopefully we can work on that throughout the years. I think of managing my sleep time, which is crazy because given artistry and how, it's not really 9 to 5. It's like a 12 in a way, but maybe that my sleep schedule coincides with that, but I use my time not as wisely as I should. I was gonna say why. Maybe I should say why briefly. So I recently became a K-pop fan. Just to like throw a curveball in there. Recently became a K-pop fan. It's only been about almost 2 months. And like I was already on YouTube before, but now it's just gotten a whole lot worse. Like my screen time lets me know, yeah, babe, you've been on here 6-7 hours, and that's insane. But we're gonna try to fix that too. Less time off the screens, more time just focusing on music. I do have my music equipment, which is good. And I try to stay consistent with recording. Another thing that's kind of pushed me back in a way, which I don't want to make excuses for, but it happens. My audio interface has been messing up, so I haven't been able to record in my DAW. I've been using the free version of BandLab, and although it's a change in pace, it's not really my style for right now. I just try to do what I can. So the good news is I have my next song recorded to the best of my ability through BandLab. And as soon as I get the funds to buy the beat or license the beat, then I'll get the funds to send to the mixer and master to get that all together, so that way I can upload it to DSPs. And in the meantime, hopefully I can just make a simple cover art and just release it that way. So that's my goal before the end of this year. I really hope we're gonna see by December what happens. I'm gonna make another video probably every month just to keep myself accountable. And hopefully we have great progress on that. I have the vision, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta go with the plan. I think I'm pretty sure that's not all I want to say. I'm probably gonna get up this video and be like, dang, I should have said that, but maybe next time I should write some notes. That's another thing that's been keeping me kinda accountable, is really writing down things. My memory's not that great. So I just really try to write down things. I usually put in my reminders like every 2 days to write or to record something. Another thing that I need to work on is actually putting myself out there in my fan base. I have never been a fan of my voice. I still don't, which is why I mentioned like really being strict about vocal warm-ups. Like that's the hardest part about being an artist of any caliber or any capacity, is putting yourself out there on the internet. Like you don't know me, I don't know you yet. And it's like, it's so scary. And that's been the one thing that's held me back all these years. Like the dream of being an artist and an entertainer has been racking my brain since I was young. And even more so now, like, especially after dropping music, like, it's literally been everything I think about from the moment I go to sleep to the moment I wake up to every time I look at these K-pop groups, you know, touring and doing things that I wanted to do and looking at all these accomplishments that Kehlani, shout out to Kehlani, girl, we got a Grammy nomination, yeah. But just seeing how, like, staying consistent as an artist can take you places, and it doesn't have to be right away. It just takes you places that you probably always dreamed of, but it happens in its own timing. So having that plague my brain and my heart all day, every day, scares me, but it's so exciting because it's like imagining living that life that's literally basically impossible. Like, these are things people dream about, and sometimes living a dream can be so surreal. You just can't, sometimes you just can't see it happening, even though you see it happening, if that makes sense. So just putting myself out there, being unafraid, or even being afraid and still putting myself out there has been the thing that has prevented me for 25 years from starting to form a fan base. So hopefully by today, now moving forward, we change that. Whether I'm scared, whether I'm not at my best, still putting myself out there. And just learning to work with my voice and be something that I enjoy hearing. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on. I do want to get a vocal teacher. I think that's very important. And yeah, just trying to fight through that fear, because that's, again, what's been holding me back for so long. But now that I put out my first song and stuff, that's just what it's gonna be. We're just gonna do it and work through it. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, so that's where I have to start. What else? I feel like I've covered everything, but also I'm gonna cut this off and be like, I missed something. We will have notes next time. I promise we'll have notes. But yeah, I have a good idea of what I want to do. Hopefully by next month, I can give a nice progress report and not come on here like, hey guys, remember when I said I do this? That would be sad. And I don't want to continue to let myself down anymore. Not to say that in hindsight, I'm really blessed. Like, you know, this whole adulty thing makes it hard enough as it is. And I'm doing it. You know, there's no blueprint. There's no one size fits all to this adult life, but I'm doing it. I'm happy. I'm healthy. There's food on my table. There's a roof over my head. There's clothes on my back. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this before, but if this is your first time meeting me, which 9 times out of 10 it is, this is my natural habitat. Hoodies, sweatpants, and natural. That's just what it is. Like, I love to be comfortable, and especially difficult. This is another thing that stops me from posting and doing stuff. Like, when my hair's not done, I'm not motivated. You know, like, I think that really just ties it all together. And when my hair is not done, it's just like, babe, this is what you're gonna get. So posting videos like this all the time can get a little like, because, you know, when you're introducing yourself to the world, you have to, you know, be polished and this, whatever. But this is me, babe. And I really think this is always going to be me. Like, obviously dressing up and being presentable comes with the environment and whatever it may bring, but this is always going to be me. So if you do see me just interchange sweaters in every video, it's okay. This is a safe space. This is why this is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, this is me. So love it or not. That's okay. Maybe you'll see me in a blue sweater next time. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what it is. How did I get here? How did I get here? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. We're just gonna go with that. Just putting myself out there in any capacity, however I can, forming a fan base, forming a community that supports, nurtures, and loves what I do. And hopefully I support, nurture, and love what I do as well, and not be so hard on myself. Like, my expectations are high, but I'm still starting, you know what I mean? I've been singing, again, like I said, all my life, but me putting myself out there is a whole different environment, it's just a whole different ball game. So if you want something to happen, you gotta start. And I hate putting myself out there and starting in a way that I feel like I'm not at. Like, we want to always come out of here and be polished already and be the artist that we know we can be and that we're thinking of being. But sometimes you have to be allowed to mess up. I remember seeing a Doechii interview where she was like, it's okay to start trash, or okay to start not where you want to be. Like, how else are you going to be out there? If you wait for when you're ready, and if you keep waiting for when you're at this certain caliber, it's most likely never going to happen. It's never going to happen, because sometimes you can't do it all on your own, and sometimes you need to start putting yourself out there to show people that you can do it and that you have the potential and that you want to do it, so that way the people that are meant for you can come join you on your journey and make you into the person and the artist that you want to be. So I'm learning to accept that, and we're going to just do it. I'm probably gonna scream before I upload this on the internet, because it's the internet, but it's okay. All right, I think I've really covered everything now, kind of. So next month, I'll see you then. And hopefully we gotten a good grip on a routine, a structured routine on recording, on warming up. Hopefully my song will be dropping or dropped already. And yeah, keep God first, faith, love, and fun. Mantra for the rest of 2025. Thank you for tuning in. If you watched this long, and if you haven't, it's okay, because it's a diary for me. And if it touches anyone too, lovely. See you next month.